Good evening, Carl. FB friends. I'm here again on the show Exploration with Kapil Chawla with a new guest, and she's Ileane from US. She's a good friend. She's a YouTuber, and she site called basic.com, and she likes to be called. So I present to you my guest, Ileane Smith, and so I
having a little difficulty.
Request Ileane to introduce herself to my audience. Welcome, Ileane, to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. I just wanted to say first that I am having a little difficulty with your audio. It's a little choppy. But anyway, hi guys, I'm Ileane, and my blog is Basic Blog Tips. And I'm really, really pleased to be here today and to have this little chat. And I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much, Kapil. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Voice, but I'm monitoring.
Hello.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
I can hear you.
No, that's the issue with the browser. If something happens, I'll be there and I'll refresh my browser. I would request sometime to you as well to refresh your browser.
Okay.
That's a technological glitch. I'm not sure why this is happening, but yeah, it's happening. Friends, I am introducing to you Ileane Smith. She'll give you some details. Please introduce yourself to my guests.
Okay. I'm sorry if you guys didn't hear me the first time. I'm Ileane, and my blog is Basic Blog Tips. I have a YouTube channel that you can find over at Ileane Smith. You see there, my name is spelled Ileane Smith. And if you go over YouTube and just search for that, you'll find my channel there. And I also do a lot of live streaming on YouTube and as well here on Facebook. So this platform that we're using here is called Be Live, and it's BeLive.tv. And one of the reasons why I like this platform is because you're able to bring in a guest on Facebook live interviews. It's really a tool that is specifically for Facebook Live, and they have different versions of it. One is what is called face-to-face, which is the hosts, which today our host is Kapil, and then myself. But then they also have a different level, which is called the show, where you can have up to 3 people on screen, but you can also have others in the lobby area, sort of waiting in the waiting room to come on cam. So what do you think about Be Live, Kapil?
Yeah. Platform of
It's coming in and out.
I really in 4 weeks I've been using this platform and doing
So it looks like you may have to refresh again
Records.
because your audio is going in and out. I guess it. Okay, looks like Kapil is back now.
Yes, I'm back. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not able to figure out why this glitch happens because I'm not sure it's because of the internet or my computer. But we'll figure it out. As I use it, I'll figure it out. Okay. So we were talking about you. Like I see you have gradually shifted from blogging to podcasting and now broadcasting. So, like, first of all, let us tell us when did you start blogging and what is your blogging story?
Wow. Actually, what happened was back in 2009, I started using the WordPress.com blogging platform, which is a free platform. And I quickly found out that even though I thought that I was going to blog about a little bit about everything, that people really liked when I would do tutorials because I was learning how to do social media and all that. So as I would learn things, I would write about them. And it was those blog posts where I wrote about social media and about how to use blogging. Those were the ones that people liked. And I enjoy doing those kinds of blog posts as well. So you could say that that's where I found my sweet spot, which was doing tutorials and providing value for my audience that way.
Wow. So you found out your niche.
Yeah.
Someone starts broadcasting. People have difficulty in finding their strong areas where. What tips you would give to people how to find out and come out of this what we call as something as a writer block? Here we can call it a blogging block. So how do you come out of that?
Well, what you need to do is think about something that you're really passionate about, you're really interested in, that you know that if you were to write about it, that you could continue to write about it, that you wouldn't get bored, that you wouldn't run out of things to say. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They get on with a blog and they think, oh, I'm going to make all this money. I heard you can make money blogging. So I'll just set up a blog about how to do tricks on my Android phone, right? And they set up this blog and they find out that there is millions of blogs out there about tricks, about how to use an Android phone. And that is extremely hard for them to stand out in the crowd because they really don't have anything new to offer. They're doing the same tips that hundreds of other people may be doing. And I'm just using that as an example. It could be anything, you know.
Yeah.
And then they get bored because it's taken them so long to build up an audience, build up a following, and they're not making any money. And in the end, the blog doesn't serve them. It doesn't serve them because it doesn't feed their spirit. It doesn't feed that vision that they have about being successful online. And it doesn't serve their audience because their audience is like, well, hey, what's so special about your blog? I could go anywhere to find out these little tidbits that you're throwing out there. So something that you're passionate about, something that you have expertise in, means a lot. And, once you start establishing yourself, you find out that you can constantly write content about this particular topic, and then you'll find your own voice, so to speak. Like I said, I found my voice was in doing tutorials. Before that, I didn't know. I thought I was going to blog about music. And I love music. But I'm not a musician. And so, there's a lot of people who love music. Who doesn't love music, right? So, it was through the writing. You have to get started.
Yeah, I like.
Can you say that again, hon?
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
I said I love music.
Right. A lot of people love music, but that doesn't mean that I have an expertise in that field and that people want to care about what I have to say about it, So we have to keep that stuff in mind as well.
So that's a great tip. Is or broadcasting, where the people miss out is that you particular subject, but because the gestation start, you'll have to be patient and be patient. 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Kapil, right now, your audio is so choppy that I only heard a little bit about what you said, but I did hear you referring to what I said about being patient. And it does. It takes a lot of patience. It takes, like I said, the inspiration to continue on with your blogging journey. I've been doing it since 2009, which makes this like my 8th year. Gosh, right? And so it's something that between that and YouTube, because I also started YouTube at the same time that I started blogging. And I'm still doing that as well because I'm also passionate as a means to get my message across too. Okay, I'm going to refresh. I'm going to refresh. Okay.
So we are back with our broadcast. Now, how is my voice?
Yeah, it was fine. You just turned it down or something, didn't you?
No, I didn't turn it down.
Oh.
I see. I'm still not sure if it is just a bandwidth issue.
It could be.
I don't know. It could be like, okay, that could be one part, or my computer could be another part. I'm still not able to figure it out. I'll figure it out somehow. Yeah, so we were talking about your blogging story, and you gave us a very good tip that start with something which you are passionate about.
Yep.
So did it take some time for you to find out that you are good at doing how to blogging? So did it take some time, or you could figure out on the very first day?
No, it probably took me about a year. And that's when I moved from the WordPress.com blog to my self-hosted WordPress blog, which is the basic blog tips. And I also want to mention that I have another blog too, guys, if you want to check that out as well. And that's IleaneSmith.com. So, once you get into the rhythm of blogging, you'll find out you could just start blogs, like there's no tomorrow.
So, tell us something about this because you brought in this topic and really good, like your web bloggingtips.com. So, what's the theme or that, or what do you blog on that particular website?
Okay, on Basic Blog Tips, you would learn not only how to get started with a blog, okay, because the name, Basic Blog Tips, we start off with that. And I have over 200 guest bloggers on that blog throughout the years. Some of them have only done one guest blog and others have come back over and over again. So we talk about blogging, but we also talk about how to promote your blog using social media. So there's a lot of posts there about Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and, all the other social networks. Then we also talk about YouTube because YouTube is one of the things that I'm prolific in. So I have a lot of articles that I've written that are about YouTube.
Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Because I'm not trying to deviate from the topic, but I'm very, very kind of curious to know how do you do these three things, or because you have a full daytime job also. I know that you have a daytime job and then you do this as a part-time. So how do you manage all these things? I'm very curious to know that.
Okay, great question. Well, one of the things that's really helpful on Basic Blog Tips is because I have the guest authors. So, like, for example, I'm not sure if you're familiar with a Blogger's Passion. There's a blogger, Anil Agarwal. I just published one of his guest posts this morning, and it was all about SEO and how to get rankings in Google. Anil is an expert in that. I am not. So I'm very thankful that I have Anil writing so many articles on the blog. He's written over probably about a dozen, if not more, guest posts. And that is one of the things that helps with the content. The other thing from my part is the YouTube videos. That's why I said I gravitated towards YouTube, because for me, doing a YouTube video is a great way to supplement that content so that whenever there's a blog post, it could be a further extension of what the information that I'm sharing in the YouTube video.
Great. Now I can see why did you graduate from being a blogger, then podcaster, and coming to YouTube. That completes the whole story for me. Like, I'm very curious, and I want to explore things. And what one thing which you bring is that collaboration part. Like, a lot of people think that blogging is just one person's game, but it can be also a team game if you want to make it, and then it makes things easier. Like if you have good team players, it makes things easy, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Collaborations. And that's why I'm always doing these interviews with people, because I think that, a lot of times I won't know the questions that people may have about blogging and how to get started with blogging. But then I come on an interview with someone like yourself, and then that helps me to understand these are the things that people really are curious about how to get started with blogging about, what's important for having a successful blog. Because if I'm, by me being around bloggers all the time, a lot of times I don't get a chance to see, what the questions are that people have, because I have so many blogging friends, and so the having those connections with people is a big, big help.
Okay, one thing which we were discussing beforehand was like you are not a camera shy person, like because of your training with, in the past. So, what tip you would give to broadcasting? Like a lot of people I want to interview, but they are doing good work. I want to bring them to my show, but they are very camera shy. So what tip you would give to them?
Well, first tip that I would give, if they've never done an interview before or they've never been on camera before, they can practice. They can start off with just being comfortable on camera. So you have tools like Instagram, okay? And even with Facebook Live. You can go live on Facebook to yourself. You can make a private live video on Facebook, or you can make it to just your friends or just a specific friend, and you can test it out. That doesn't have to be the very first time that you're on camera. You can say to your friend, look, how's my lighting? How does my volume on my mic sound? Does that sound okay? So when you get comfortable, because you're with your friends and they're not going to laugh at you, or maybe they will laugh at you, but you'll laugh together, right? Because it's your friends. And then once you start practicing, and then another thing that I recommend, I actually have a video that tells you how to be more confident on camera and in your live streams. So another thing that I recommend is for you to have a list of notes. See, like right now, since you and I have been talking here, I don't have anything written down. I'm not reading from a cue card. It's all up in my head. But through the years, and even sometimes when I make my YouTube videos, I have a list of checklists of things that I know, points that I want to cover. And it's only because I've been doing this live video so many times and been on YouTube videos so many times that I'm able to just speak from, I always say, off the dome, off the top of my head. I can, put these things together. But there's many times in the past when I couldn't. I would stumble over my words. I would forget key points that I wanted to bring up. Like as soon as I get off the broadcast, I'd say, oh, Dark, I forgot to say such and such a thing. And it's okay. That's another thing, guys. Be okay with knowing that the first few times, you're not going to be perfect. Nobody is. Everybody makes mistakes, but you can't move forward unless you get started.
Yes. Thanks for that great tip. I failed in last this 3 to 4 weeks. I've failed. So like the technology was not working sometime, or sometime I had timing issues and everything. But yeah, I'm still like, and it's very fine to make mistake because we are all humans. So nothing is going to be perfect for us.
Right.
Just a request to our friends who have joined recently, Zain Khan and Puneet and everyone. I would request you to share this on your timeline, please, so that more and more people can join us, more and more people can know about this broadcast. Ileane, I have seen your as well. You have not shared it on your wall, so I would request your wall as well.
Yeah, you know what? Because honestly, if you put that link, you can put that link in the chat, because Facebook, when there's sometimes they hide the links from you, and I don't have the link to the broadcast. I have it open, but it's only.
I'm suggesting you, like, you go to my profile.
Yes, I'm on your profile, and then when I clicked on the video, it doesn't give me the link. It just gives me your profile link in the URL box. That's why I say if you just post that link in the chat here inside of Be Live, and then I'll be able to grab that link.
Is it okay if I put it on your?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Your messenger.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't understand why Facebook. I think Facebook sometimes they want to just be opposite of YouTube. YouTube makes it easy for you to find the link. Facebook doesn't. I don't know why.
Now the link is in your Facebook Messenger, so you can actually click.
Okay, got you.
And my audience, thank you for people who have for this broadcast, Puneet and Zen Khan. I saw Zen being online. So thank you for joining us. We are today with Ileane Smith. She is a broadcaster and so a broadcaster now. She uses this Live TV and YouTuber as well, and she has social media. So we are with her today. Explore and why she does this thing and what her passions are. So tell us something about your passion, Ileane. Like apart from social media, I know that's your passion. What other things excite you?
Well, one of the things that I like to do when I'm in the offline space is I do like to work out. Now, don't use yesterday as a judge because yesterday I totally skipped the gym. but most of the time I like to do yoga. I like to do some meditation. And when I'm at the gym, I'm usually on the treadmill or I have a hula hoop that I do. And sometimes I've done it, especially when I was on Snapchat. I did a lot of showing people when I used the hula hoop. And it's a weighted hula hoop, just to be clear. It's an adult size weighted hula hoop. So you get a workout in that way. And so that's one of the things that I like. Now, I have a friend who likes to garden. So sometimes I will be out gardening with him. He's great. He's got the green thumb or the green fingers, whatever you want to call it. Me, I kill the plants. So I just listen to whatever he tells me to do. And then, but he has beautiful gardens, and I usually post those pictures on my Facebook. In fact, if you look at my Facebook profile right now, you'll see that I'm standing in front of a garden. Now that picture is from about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's my garden. However, my friend is the one who planted the garden, and all I did was go out there and water it, and only when he told me to. So the things like that.
So
I'm a homebody. Like some people love to travel, and they say, "Oh, I love going around the world." No, give me home, give me my nice warm bed. That's what I like.
So it's in computer terms, it's a cut and paste job.
Well, it was really me standing in front of, and it is my garden, but he's got his own. He's got like a bunch of gardens.
That's good. Yeah, you also brought in meditation as a much interested in spiritual growth and meditation. So, what kind of meditation do you do?
Oh, I talk about it on my Instagram a lot because yesterday I reached a milestone. I use an app. Actually, there's 2 apps that I like to use. I'm bringing it up on my phone. You won't be able to see too much of it, but I just want to give you an idea. Wait, I'll put it over here by my, I don't know if you can hear, it sounds like a little stream. Okay, so this is the app that I use most of the time. It's called Calm. CALM, just like the word when you're calm, calm.com. And the other app that I use for meditation is called Stop, Breathe, and Think. And that's stopbreatheandthink.org. And how I started it, you know how we make these New Year's resolutions? And, for years I made New Year's resolutions, and maybe 1 out of every 10, I actually stuck to them. And in 2016, I made the resolution that I was going to start meditating. And I did. I meditated every day since January the 1st, 2016. So, and I feel that it helps with focus. It helps with the appreciation of just everything, beauty, nature, just your breath, just, good health, your friends, family, and loved ones, and all that. I think along with the yoga practice that I practice, sometimes it also brings it together, those two things together, because it makes you think more about, be more aware of your body and, movement and your breath.
Yeah, I think it's good that we are discussing this topic as well, as you being an entrepreneur, and I'm in my own right and an entrepreneur. We tend to extend things and for our spiritual being, and we are in this world and we are just scattered everywhere. So meditation brings us to the present and gives us that energy of being in the present.
Amen. Yes. So, you combine that with prayer and spirituality. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that. Coming to the blogging part, you've been doing blogging for 8 years, as you told me. You started in 2009. How in terms of, because a lot of people think that blogging is going to bring a lot of money. So I'm just trying to find out how your graph for earning in the blogging stream went. Did it went or?
Okay. All right. Let me tell you a little bit about my earnings through blogging.
Yeah.
Well, years ago, and this is the first time that I made an actual income from my blog. But I got to tell you guys, before I even tell you the story, you can't do it. This thing doesn't exist anymore. People can't do this anymore. But years ago, you used to be able to run a contest on your blog. And this is what the contest that I was involved in did. They got all these people to sponsor the contest. And then they got all these bloggers to enter the contest. But in order for the bloggers to enter the contest, they have to post a blog post on their blog with all the sponsors' links and logos. Well, Google did away with that. But back in, I think it was in 2011, there was a contest that I won, and I won second. I was second place. I was tied for second place with one of my girlfriends. She doesn't even blog anymore. But, and so we both won $500. The guy who won, his name is Kira. He still blogs, and he won 1,000, but we both won 500. So really that was one blog post that I made $500 from. But honestly, all those people got penalized, all those contest sponsors, because the way Google changed things around, they all came back to me and said, please take my links off your blog because Google is penalizing me. And I felt so bad for them because, that's the one thing that you guys have to think about in terms of monetizing Google. So, and that's the reason why I'm telling that story, because even though you can use the actual content on your blog to You can have a sponsorship, or maybe you have some banners on your sidebar and things like that. I used to also use AdSense, but it didn't bring in a lot of money. Now, right now on Facebook, it's saying that something went wrong and we're having trouble playing this video, Kapil. So you may have to refresh again.
Okay, I'll do that, but I think it's my place. I can see your video in my phone and it's running fine.
Oh, okay, good. So maybe it's just on my internet. Okay, I'll probably have to refresh it. Okay, good. So yeah, I see it. You're right. Okay. So the next phase for me was I started offering courses, started offering online courses. And if you go to my website now, you'll see the link to get my course. I have a course on YouTube, and I have a course on some social media tools. So that's kind of been my journey. And the other thing is affiliate marketing. I can't leave that out. So affiliates like Amazon has been a good one for me. But really what I'm focused on right now is Patreon. I use Patreon. I have a Patreon page, and I didn't tell you guys about that, but I'm going to tell you about it now. You can go over to patreon.com/Ileane, and I'll put that link over on Facebook so you can see. I have a Patreon page where people that want to pledge, they can pledge an amount to, they can pledge a monthly amount to. And that's all handled by Patreon. And so they get exclusive content. I'm going to record something exclusive for my patrons as soon as I get off with you, off this call today. And that's another way that you can monetize your content.
Okay, I can see that you have posted the link of the Patreon, and I'll share that. Thank you. And any other links which we are discussing, it'll be great after the interview if you can put them. I'll also try to put the links. And if you have any links for our viewers, you can put that links. Okay. And some people more joined and some people went away, so I'll still try to thank them, like Supreet Arora, Rajneesh Jha. They joined, and I can see them. Ileane, I can see like your blogging and broadcast and experience. Like you have a lot of stories to tell. So I'm inviting you to my show again as a guest, and maybe we can do some series together, learning more from you about your blogging stories and tutorials you do on this show. So think of some topic you'd like to share with our guests in future.
Well, I would like to say that people could ask questions, and then when we look through the questions later on, we can find out what it is that folks want to hear about. Since I do so many things, I don't know what your audience is interested in. So maybe if they ask some questions there, then we could go through them. Then the next time we get together, then I can answer some of those questions. How's that?
Oh, that's great. So I will ask the audience or they see it. Please put down some questions for Ileane, and then we can discuss it as maybe I'll invite her, or we can have a talk show even where we can invite live guests who can ask questions from Ileane about her blogging and her podcast experience and broadcast experience. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. So I think we have covered some part of it today. It's almost half an hour. I'll ask you about this time much only, but if we can continue our conversation, maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or we want to wrap up.
Yeah, we can wrap things up and then hold some things for the next time, and then maybe our internet and stuff will be more stable.
Yeah, yeah. As I can see that, find out what is the issue. Okay. Thank you, Ileane, for joining us today. Thank you very much, and thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your passion and about your blogging experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to our next conversation. Bye for now.
Yes. Sure. And thanks for the viewers who have watched this live broadcast, and viewers who will be watching this recording of it. Thank you very much for joining us today. And soon with another episode of Exploration with